This is not only a study guide, it is much more.
RidleyReport.com. At news releases, I am the bomb. Obviously, you've been involved and are actually kind of famous for pushing forward legislation that sort of, at least symbolically, tries to put the federal government in its place around here.
Symbolically and more, yes.
Yeah. Well, there was a little bit of teeth in it.
Well,
I guess,
well, in HCR 6, it's a resolution, and it's a statement. It puts the federal government on notice, and an HCR-esque bill. HCR 6-esque bill will be going into the legislature this coming session, but we will also be reintroducing the Firearms Freedom Bill, which says that firearms manufactured in New Hampshire that stay in New Hampshire are not subject to regulation by the federal government.
Like the Montana law.
Like the except that any federal official or state official who attempts to interfere with that will be guilty of a crime.
Okay.
If they're a federal official or agent, they will be guilty of a felony.
Okay.
Just think of the DEA agent who tries to keep his job after being convicted of a felony.
Right.
And the same kind of measure for the healthcare freedom.
You know, I want to give the feds credit where it's due. I think they are more cautious in New Hampshire than they are in some places. But I still wonder, you and I are both, neither of us are secessionists. We both prefer to see, the 50 states together. But what would be the line in the sand for you? What line would the feds have to cross to make you a secessionist?
Invasion.
Oh, they're already here.
No. In armed invasion. Invasion.
Well, they're already armed.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If they were to really aggress upon us, if they were to start taking our people prisoner in a meaningful way.
Well, they do. They've done it to me. They've done it to my friends. You know, on a short-term basis.
But you're out.
I'm out. Yeah. I mean, eventually you get out, but everyone eventually gets out. It still doesn't mean they're not taking you.
You know, but you know what I mean. A real concerted effort based upon our intention to stand against their usurpations. That would be, the line in the sand. That's why we need the state guard.
Oh yes, right. You're a proponent of what you consider it a state militia or a
well,
state
it is. RSA's 110 and 111 are our militia laws.
An official government militia, basically.
Right. And the RSA 110 deals with the state guard, and RSA 111 deals with the National Guard. They are considered our militias. But the law regarding the state guard is permissive. The governor may create the state guard when the National Guard is out of the state.
I don't think a state guard would have any chance at all against the federal government. Almost better off if the people were outside of it if it came to that. I don't think it ever will. Maybe that's...
But look at the ice storm last year. How many police did you see out amongst the community seeing who needed help and service? How many police did you see guarding down power lines? None. That's what a state guard would do. It's a volunteer service that would make sure that in the event of a natural or man-made disaster, that the people of New Hampshire were protected. That's what it does. Right now we have 4,000 National Guardsmen, and more than half of them are out of the state.
Yeah, and if they were here, I'm not sure I'd want them coming anywhere near me during a crisis. Looking at what the National Guard did at New Orleans.
But look at the National Guard in New Orleans that did that weren't Louisiana National Guardsmen. They were National Guardsmen from other places.
Yeah.
That's the pattern.
Well, I know we're bouncing from subject to subject here, but this just brings up a conversation I had with one of the National Guard commanders around here, and I brought up my concerns about Katrina, and he didn't even seem to care. And this is a National Guard commander from New Hampshire, so I didn't trust him for a minute near my house.
That's why you need state guard. State guard is all volunteer. It is your neighbors. There is no money involved, and they have no
taxpayer expense at all.
That's my intent.
Yeah.
I mean, even at the most inflated anticipation by the Adjutant General designed to kill it was $150,000 a year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's out of $11 billion. That's not even really noticed.
I wouldn't vote for it, but I wouldn't drive all the way to Concord to try and stop it. I mean, I might vote for it if it didn't have any money involved, but $150,000, yeah, I guess, smaller than some expenditures.
It's smaller than almost any.
All right.
And, you know, but I don't. You know, I look at it, I say, you know, that was for him to have 4 people in the office to administer the state guard. If you have state guardsmen willing to do that, why do you need to pay anybody?
Yeah, well, they'll come up with a way.
You know,
they'll find a way to spend if they can. But anyway,
starve the beast.
As always, by and large, I appreciate your efforts, and we'll see what happens out there on the 14th and after.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is this what happens to you when you try to write or distribute a news release? Then I beg you, end the suffering. Deploy instead the man who got Mike Fisher's outlaw manicure front page coverage in nearly every New Hampshire media outlet. Unleash the writing force that put the Free State Project on CNN and Russell Canning on the front page of Dig. You know where to find this force. You are staring at it. Email it. Email me at RidleyReport.com. And let's get to work. RidleyReport.com. At news releases, I am the bomb.